Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. My name is Alan. Today is our first ever edited video, and today we're going to be ranking every single Fortnite live event, including all the party royale events and the New Year's. You have to be a bit more quieter because it is currently 10:34 at night, the time we're recording this, so I have to be quieter. And let's talk about it. Also, sorry for the lack of uploads. It's been, once again, my main account, which I'll be linking in the description because we'll be uploading on tomorrow. You guys do not want to miss that. And this week, it'll probably be something like, I don't know, like a great comeback or something. Alright. So we're going to get the two events. Now we're actually going to rank all, we're going to do from order. So we're going to do Meteor. Meteor. We're supposed to edit these things around real quick. Right? Alright. New Year's, we have to put that in there. Final Showdown. And then Where's the End? And then after that doesn't really matter. Alright, now let's talk about everything. Alright. The first kind of mini event, which is still an event, is the Meteor event. I honestly didn't think it was good at the time, but I think it really aged poorly due to the standards we have today. So just because of that, I am going to put it in kind of bad. Low tier, kind of bad. This is going to make people mad. So my next choice was one. The Rocket event, honestly, in my opinion, is actually high tier, very good. Really close to S tier. I mean, God tier event. Now, the only reason why is just because of me personally. I loved the Rocket event, launch event, even though I didn't see it in game. I have to remember. I have to think about it. Actually, no, I did see it in game. I was blown away at the time, like you guys, but it's not an event I would go watch back for nostalgia purposes. If there's one, it would be the Butterfly event, which I get into later. But this was a very good event. It was fantastic at the time, almost S tier. Okay? Kevin's Journey is getting a good tier. This is when he came down the rift and right near Loot Lake and made Thanos Lake. I could call it. This was a fantastic time. Loot Lake, when it was Kevin, was one of my most fun things Fortnite ever added, and I miss it. And Kevin itself, like the normal cube, not like the floating island, I actually miss so much. This thing was so much fun to use, and everybody who plays Season 5, you can agree with me, Kevin was one of the best features they added to Season 5. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to troll your friends. And to win off those ruins in the map, and during that time with the tournament, everybody was confused. It was so funny. This is a good event. Okay, the Butterfly event is getting once again, high tier, very good. But I'm actually going to put it a little bit above the Rocket event because this was the most nostalgic event I have. The mind-blowing of going inside the Rift Dimension and fighting that butterfly, and the fact that I killed my boy Kevin, is mind-blowing to me. And this was easily better, in my opinion, easily better than the Rocket event. I know it's gonna tick some people off. Personally, this is opinion. Don't hate me in the comments. This is my opinion. This event was fantastic, dude. And I feel bad because some people, I heard my stories of my friends missing it 1 minute after the event started. I was like, oh no. Alright. Ice Storm events. Oh, everybody knows what's going. Worst events in the game. It was, I was actually really excited for this event. But the payoff didn't feel worth it. Covering the map in fog, ice zombies, and snow was the worst decision Fortnite could ever do. Zombies were annoying. The fog was hard to see in. They brought back the Zombie Hunter, Fiend Hunter crossbow, which is so annoying if you found it at the beginning of a game. You're like, oh no, I have to deal with this thing. And then not only that, The whole map was covered in snow for Christmas. It was not worth it. Worst event. Marshmallow event is gonna get a good tier. High tier, good tier. Marshmallow's event was fun. It had great music. I was very nostalgic. Once again, I tell you guys, I missed the first showing, but I did manage to watch a 2 a.m. showing. My parents let me watch it, and it was so good, dude. Marshmallow has one of the best events. But the reason why it's good because Travis Scott completely blew it out of the park, which we'll talk about that event later. Alright. New Year's event. Worst events in the game. And for them, it's because it was fun and great the first time it came out. But the problem with it is that it made you dance every hour, like Taco Time from Season X, this is like, I'm called the beta of it. And like every second in Taco Season X was the beta. And it really wasn't fun in my opinion. And this is getting worse events in the game. Alright. The vaulting event. Let's talk about that. Okay. The vaulting event is once again getting a very good spot. Not better than the rocket and not better than the butterfly. Just because the vaulting, because they brought back the drum gun, and the event itself was pretty good, but not extraordinary. It was not god tier. At the time, that was god tier, but there was another event the next season that completely changed my mind, which is the Final Showdown, which is our first god tier event. Oh my god, this event was so good. The music, the action, also I was like an action movie in a video game, which we actually are with Party Royale Movie Night. But like an actual one happening before my eyes. It was so good. And I have to give a god tier event. I not only if I put it in worst event in the game, everybody would roast me, which I do not think is the worst event, but it would just be ungrateful, especially if I say, I need to see the event, I gotta put in worst events in the game. That is so annoying if people say that. Alright, now let's talk about the end event. High tier god tier event. All these are actually high tier god events. Wow, the end event gives me chills almost every time I watch it. The event music was phenomenal. The effects, the impact, the story, what did the OG map is fantastic. And it has to get to god tier event. Okay, controversial one, Star Wars. This is the worst event in Fortnite. Now, I had to give it this. Ice Storm was boring for 2 minutes, right? No, this event was boring for almost 8 minutes. With 2 minutes of TIE fighters crashing down and Millennium Falcon fighting it. And lightsabers. That 5 second lightsabers. This event was so boring. With the clip to nothing. J.J. Abrams just sat there talking for 5 minutes and default dancing with a stormtrooper. And another guy. I don't know. I don't care if I don't know your name. This event was really bad. Even though I love Star Wars, right? Even though the Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker butchered the series. Actually, no, only Rise of Skywalker did. I actually kind of like Last Jedi. It was very bad. Very, very bad. Now, people could say it's up here just because of TIE Fighter's team, but no. Alright, next god tier event, Travis Scott's Astronomical. It's actually, let me just do something. It's not the best. Alright, let's do that. Spread the Final Showdown was not as good as the end event. Travis Scott's Astronomical is fantastic, dude. The music, I love rap music. Yeah, this is a fantastic, and Travis Scott's one of them up there. Is my favorite artist that do rap. Fantastic music. All the settings, the effects, everything was so mind blowing. And if ever list a guest, Mark's will be up here, but he is high tier, good tier. He's high, good tier. All right. Okay, we're almost to the part where we have one more for that. We have the device event. Top level God event. Now, people will disagree with it because they couldn't get in, which I feel so bad for the people who didn't cut it in, because I maxed out 12 million players less than 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm so grateful I got in, and I wish I can share that same experience with you guys, which I did on my main channel, which I posted the event, so you can watch it there. This event was the shock that I had during the event was fantastic. The effects were, in my opinion, even better than Travis Scott. The massive wall of water that came at the end was some of the most fun and most meme potential in Fortnite history. Besides Scootin', of course. It was so good. And I love the new storm mechanic where you can't heal, which got rid of, you can take fall damage if it went too high, which basically took annoying heal loss in storms. And it was so good, dude. And this was the first event that actually broke the fourth wall. And I mean literally, this event was so good. Alright. For the Dead Mouse Steve Aoki concert. I forgot the last guy's name, but I don't really care. It was kind of bad. It's high tier kind of bad. It's low. It's very, kind of boring, actually. I feel like some of the events are part of Real, actually, most of them are very, very boring. And I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I know people defend these events, which I can see. Because it kind of reminded me of the Marshmallow event, but the Marshmallow had so much interactiveness. These events are kind of boring. I remember one time I was watching this event, and my friend was like, "When is it going to end? It's almost an hour long, and it's so boring." Which is probably going to happen with this event right here. Okay? So the Fortnite Alright, now let's talk about the Fortnite test event. The Fortnite test event gets a kind of bad tier. Low tier kind of bad because, first of all, this event was a test, and I cannot criticize it too much. The only thing I can criticize is it was no effects. Like I said, no effects was kind of boring. That's it. Alright. Actually, no. This is the most boring event in Fortnite history right now, so it's going worst events. Oh my god, so boring. Party Royale. Now let's talk about Tenet before we get to the two unreleased events at this time. It's a Tenet trailer event. I love my movies. This movie looks awesome. It was so cool to see this in game. So it's getting low tier good. It's because it was so cool to see in game. Alright. The Young Thug, Diplo, and I forgot the last one's name. I can't read that. Noah Cyrus, okay, event. This is not here yet, but if it was like the last concert, it would be here. But if it is, because they have special effects added, more special effects added to the game files, it'll be up here. So for now, being kind of bad. And then the Party Royale movie night will be good because it's the first ever movie night in a video game. And guys, that's it. That is my full tier list. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and tell me you guys' opinion. See ya.